Welcome to MindSight. Hi, my name is Brian, and on today's episode, we're going to talk about one of my favorite parts of the artistic system. As a whole, it has three parts: pre-production, production, and post-production. And what I want to cover today is the creative inventory. Now, for production, we know we have certain inventory, certain tools that we use to help us through the production part of the artistic system. Things like the camera itself is one of the most important tools for photography. You know, the lens, maybe you need a tripod, maybe you need lights. Things like that are the tools, the inventory for the production side. For the post-production side, if you're editing on softwares like Lightroom, Photoshop, maybe you're editing on your phone, you're using Visco or Snapseed, apps like that tools that help you with post-production. But when it comes to pre-production, it comes to planning a shoot and getting an idea of what direction you want to move in, what kind of things you want to create, you're going to need a creative inventory. And I tell you these things not because I know more, but because I've made more mistakes. And so using this system of a creative inventory just helps me keep track of what are the things that I'm doing, and make it consistent time and time again, so things are predictable and easy to organize and are easier to communicate, especially when working with other people. So I'm going to now introduce to you the creative inventory. This is one of the simplest forms of this. It's a triangle with three things: people, locations, and ideas. That's the most basic form of the creative inventory. You can make this more complex, and I advise that you do, but this is a great place to start, because no matter what kind of photography you're doing, you're going to be looking at three things. You're going to be looking at who you have to work with in order to achieve your dream, your work of art, whatever it is that you need to do, whether it's passion or career. You need to find who you're going to work with. Obviously, if it's portrait photography, you got to define who you're going to take the picture of. And when it's things a little bit more, when it's things that are not of people, such as food, real estate, you need to find the chef. You need to find the real estate owner, the real estate agent. There are people that you need to network with in order to bring you closer to the things that you want to do. Then it comes location, right? You have this person, you have to shoot them somewhere, and then they could be indoors, outdoors. That's when you need to decide if you want to do studio lighting, if you want to do outdoor natural lighting, and then you have to wrap it all up with an idea, the idea of like what direction the shoot's going to be moving in. And then in this, I'm going to throw in a little graph just to kind of show you all the possible variations of these three. Whether you have an idea but you don't have the right person, you don't have the right location, or you have the right location but you don't have the right person and you don't have the right idea, or you have a person but you don't even know where to shoot, but you don't know where to shoot, you don't know what to shoot. Right? So there are so many variations. I think you should pause the video, check them out. Man, I love this topic so much. I love it because not only is this a very big part of pre-production, but at times, the way at least my style of shooting, I can tend to improvise a lot of my shoots. So a lot of times this is not only just my pre-production, this is also my production. This is things that I conceptualize during a shoot. For example, maybe I know who I want to work with, and I know in very good detail about this person, and I have a pretty good idea of kind of what we could do, or sometimes I don't have the idea and I just have the person. As long as you have one strong factor in it, that's kind of the most important parts. If you just have one of the three, you can come up with the other two. Once you have the person and we find a location, even in that location there are many sub-locations. So if, for example, you take a house, or even just a studio, right? There are four corners to every room, every building. So in each location you have its own sub-location, and within one location, in each sub-location, you can have its own idea of concept of what you want to shoot, and kind of what we'll say of the shoot from the location and the idea and the model all combined together. And the reason I wanted to bring this up to you is because then this starts to ask the question of, okay, well then, how do I find people? How do I find locations? And how do I generate ideas? And those are the next three videos that I'm going to be talking about within the pre-production, within the creative inventory. So when you're doing a photo shoot, which one are you looking for? Are you looking for the person, the location, the idea? Which one are you strongest at? Are you best at generating, fun new ideas of how to take the picture of, and how you want to work with the person, how you want to work the location, how you want to work with the lighting? Are you strongest at finding great locations? Do you have a great eye for aesthetics and for buildings and outdoors and like lighting? Or are you really good at networking with people? Are you really good at getting people to work with you, and you can always find new people wherever you go? I think it's very important to get strong at least one of those, because the other two can come. And then on other videos, we'll talk more about what to do with these three. But having these three are a great solid principle. It's a great way to start building your foundation for your creative pre-production, in a way where, even say you're working with somebody, it'd be great to communicate this to them. So for example, I'll talk about this in other videos, but the way I communicate is through Instagram, and I can send them a Google Drive folder with 3 folders of the person, where we're going to shoot, and the idea they're going to shoot. And if you can send somebody that, you're giving them the utmost of clarity of what will be happening. And I think people work a lot better with clarity. Not too many people can improvise. I'm kind of going off a tangent. I tend to do that. My apologies, but comment below. Let me know what you think about this video. If you've heard these concepts before, or how you implement this in your photography, or if you know somebody that could benefit from this, definitely share with them. This video was sponsored by Project Callus, a photography fine art gallery curated by Brian's Dimension. Links in the bio. Go check it out.